give the little 2650 a bit of an airing. And this is going to be one of its jobs. In fact, there's a few jobs to do at the tractor. Well, it got put away with a few jobs to do. It hasn't done much at all for the last 5 years. And one of the spool valves is it's been blanked off, but we can't remember why. But something to do with the spool valve was pumping all the time, so we took the spool valve off. Anyway, I don't really know, but we've rigged it up on this the PTO pump on this Bowser, and 2,500 litres in that Bowser, just for sort of wandering around yard and blasting bloody away from sheds before we can bucket brush, or washing really mucky machinery off. I mean, after I'd finished with the KRM and that real heavy sticky soil, it was a right mess, and you'd have been forever with the normal steam cleaner. So we got the PTO one out, and I think it'll be a right little tool really. We'll just have to be very, very careful in winter not to get the pump frosted, because it's going to be one of them things what probably just gets yoked off anywhere. I'm not real happy with where the pump is. In fact, we might have to re-esh that and move it back a bit. I don't know, because we had to have it on drawbar rather than up, because it was too close coupled and a bit of a funny angle. But yeah, it'd be a right thing. Yeah, a little 2650. This was the first tractor I had new when I left school. It's it's a 92. I left school in 89, and this was my first new tractor. I used to do a lot of baling with it, powering, well, a bit of drilling with it, with an Accord Deere 4 metre. We had dual wheels on it. We had Star dual wheels. They were horrible, weren't they? They used to fall off. And it's a pokey little tractor for a little tractor. I think it was standard out at factory around the 82, and we had it on the dyno, and it was 92 on the shaft. So she's quite a strong little tractor, and it's done 13,000 hours. That is some more. Yeah, it's done over 13,000 hours. And I don't want to tempt fate for old girl, but all it said is two shafts in the back end, and that wasn't its fault. I don't think it's even had a clutch. I might be wrong there. Maybe it has had a clutch, one clutch, I think. But yeah, she's still a good one. Still a good tractor. Yeah, we had to put a bracer back there. Good as it was when it was brand new. Yeah, bought off RBMs back in 92, and I'm sure it was 18,000 quid. It just sticks in my mind it was 18,000, which was a big chunk of money back in 92, but compared to nowadays prices, it was nought. Cassette radio. Didn't have aircon, so it was handy having a sunroof and these side windows, and if it was really hot you used to get door open and get a bit of draft through. But yeah, you're living the dream when you were driving this. But the interior started to dissolve. I don't know, something to do with John Deere interior. It gets a certain age and just dissolves. Yeah, beautiful little thing. We've had a bit of a rat day. Well, that was it trap this morning actually, so he got caught overnight, and this one's just turned up. We can't weigh up why. Where from? Whether, because it's definitely not our dog, because she's bloody she's absolutely useless. So whether cats had it, I don't know. But yeah, that big sod, these are big rats, aren't they? I'll take that one out in a minute and rebait it and see if we can get his mate. So yeah, pigs are doing fantastic. One of the lads has been today and instructed us that 10 days time we may be taking the tops out, so yeah, they've done really well, been a real good batch. Flushing the system out with some clean water. I've done out filters, and there was odd leak. In fact, I've just gained another one here. It could just be a little O-ring behind that nozzle body I'll have to replace. So I'll get that done, and she's pretty much serviced up. There is some insecticide and some foliar feeds to put on really forward stuff, but we aren't using as many insecticides as we have in the past. We use nothing fancy nozzle wise, just a blue flat pan putting about 150 litres per hectare on. But when we are residualing, when we do our residuals, I go up to 400 litres and put these twin jets on. So now fancy, it just fires it forward and fires it back, and you just get a better coverage of he's off mucking out down there. You get a better coverage of the soil. But yeah, this is a little bit of Westerwall we grew, so Herefords will, when this gets established, they'll get shoved on this for a bit of winter grazing, and then we'll probably take them off, have a cut in spring, unless we leave them on, before we put fodder beet. Fodder beet's going in this field again. But no, it's only missed a year. I've been told it's okay. What's your opinion? We've got people queuing up for fodder beet, to be honest. I mean, phone's been read hot. Anyway, Nigel's coming next week, hopefully get some up, but I think it'd be very disappointing. But yeah, the grass is, for the price of seed, it's going fantastic, but it lay dormant for a while. I thought, what's up with it, you know? And then all of a sudden, wham, it's sprung into life. But yeah, these cattle here, these cattle outside, they're doing fantastic. Since we wormed them, and well, since we weaned them, wormed them, I know it's been like 6 or 8 weeks, but they're totally different cattle. You know, the strong stars now rather than sort of big calves. Yeah, I just see a little nozzle there picked up it's got a splitting fan. So I'll just have to address that leak, and then we'll be at it. We're going to clip some cattle today before I go straight. Spraying a bit of foliar feed and insecticide on this 6-row Kingsbarn barley. It's just gone off. I don't know. It looked quite healthy, and it's just lost its colour, as though it's deficient in definitely manganese. Well, it's type of land and all, light land. It's very deficient in manganese, so it's getting a dose of manganese, and we're just putting a bit of insecticide on it. To be fair, we don't use much insecticide at all now. But the crop's all there, and it looks as thick as it wants to be, the 6 rods real stuff. A little bit of a concern. There's a lot of volunteer stuff from last year, because it was winter barley last year. That's one of them corners, if you're wondering why I didn't back into the corner. It's a corner, but not a corner, it's a glider, you know what I mean? So we just glide, and to be fair, in insecticide, in herbicide, I do back into them, so we cover every ounce, but a little bit of foliar feed and insecticide, we aren't bothering this. You know what I'm saying, if you're a spraying man or woman. Yeah, it's quite an impressive crop, really. But yeah, it just lost a little bit of colour. Looks a little bit sick. All in all, though, we've got one, which I showed you the other day when I was looking at it. One very wet, sad, horrible field of wheat. A little bit on another farm, about 5 acre, what isn't very good. Apart from that, it's looking pretty. 10 times better than it did last year on that. Anyway, everything was underwater last year on that. say, it just looks a little bit sick, doesn't it? This sprayer, I don't know, it's on the sort of, we could do it, it's all bloody 96 is this, or 97 is this old girl. So I mean, she's a right age, but I don't know what to replace it with. If I could find one of the newer Claydon, I would get one bought, but just, it's nice to drive. Yeah. It's not got the refinements of a brand new Bateman or a Houseman, you know, but it just does exactly what we want to do. And I think if I was changing varieties, I would go for Sam's. I don't know, them Sam's just look well built to me. You know, everything looks like it's been well engineered, and they reckon they're a real good sprayer. But we're quite spread out and little bits and pieces here, there and everywhere, so I need something fast on the road. Like this bloody thing is 45 on little wheels, and I've had 58k out of it on big tall wheels on narrows. Our Ollie reckons he's had 60 out of it, and I can believe it, but even at 58, it was like seat to your pants moment, it really was. Even at 58 it was like hold on to it for grim death, because it's not the stablest of vehicles. You can soon get a leg up on in a gear tool or out like that, and yeah, it's 60k. So to be fair, there's not a lot wrong with it. The engine is starting to breathe a bit. Well, it's breathed a bit since we got it, to be honest, but it's still as strong as ever. So I don't know, what do you swap it for, or do you just stick with it? I mean, it definitely puts chemical on the crop as good as any other, I would say, and quite accurate as well. Yeah, very pleased with my 6-row barley actually. This first drill barley looks a picture, it really does. In fact, it's a bit thick. We did know we got seed rate a little bit wrong, and we did know it was a bit thick, but time will tell whether it will be a success or not, because it just looks absolutely fantastic. We have given one dose of foliar feed, manganese based foliar feed with all sorts of trace elements in, and it just looks so healthy, but very thick. But if we keep them plants healthy, you'd think the plant produce a healthy top as well, with healthy grain. Oh, hello. Yeah, quite pleased with it's Tardis spring barley, winter barley. It's totally different crop to what I've just been in though. That was the 6-row King's bar, and that. Bloody booms have got a mind of their own today. That tiller's like mad in spring, so you don't want too thick a seed bed, seed rate, because it just sends tillers out in spring. But this is tillered massively as well, with it being early drilled and quite a forward crop. But yeah, nothing to worry about. A thick crop is better than a thin crop. Sometimes them thin crops really surprise you and produce a lot of corn though. Poor patch here and all, but it's definitely slugs. And to be fair, when we drilled it, Phil says we should have powered it in front at Varderstad. It was sort of baked out, and yeah, it was a lot stronger than we. Anyway, not to worry. It's only a small area though. Got a cock up here, I'm sure. Got a tram line in the wrong spot.